We are on Let's Start a Band podcast. And my goodness, do we have a guest for you today? Absolutely sensational. Been seeing her rise for a little while now. So it's absolutely fantastic to have her on with us today. So I'm very, very excited. I've seen a lot of artists live. You talk about a complete performance. Gilska is one of them, which is incredible to see. Seeing that rise from first playing live all the way to now playing in London, it was absolutely sensational. And it's called Let's Start a Band. Now, I wouldn't get in her band because her band members are 10 out of 10. Honestly, they were so complete. Gilska, when I first saw you at Recfest, you look like someone who is enjoying the process. When I saw you at Wigwam last week, you look like someone at the top of your game. Do you know how good you're getting yet? Or are you still kind of pretending that I'm still learning, I'm still learning? How does it feel today?
Um, I I don't know what to say. I think to be honest, it comes with I think finding your setup and finding like compatible musicians and working really hard to make sure that everything is tight. I mean, the amount that I rehearse with my band um is it's ridiculous. We rehearse so much, and I think that gives me the confidence. I think it gives them the confidence to be able to know that okay, when we go and play live, we will sound amazing. That is the secret. That's all it is, really. Just practice.
It seemed like as it was so well rehearsed, but also you just felt like you were in your element, like the confidence, I don't know. When I see you and your band enjoying it on stage, I'm very much enjoying it live and seeing
Mhm.
just strangers who've never heard of you before, never seen you before, literally dancing in the middle, get every up around was sensational. Right, we're gonna jump straight in. This is Would You Rather. So,
Mm.
as an artist, it's quick fire. You say what you want to say. Would you rather play the Brits or do a huge headline tour of the UK?
I think the Brits.
Would you rather be iconic to 1 million fans or liked by 10 million?
Iconic to 1 million.
Hmm. Would you rather be called difficult or forgettable?
Definitely difficult. Absolutely not forgettable. No way.
Would you rather have a viral moment you can't repeat or a slow burn that you can?
Slow burn, definitely.
That's interesting. Would you rather have dark pop forever or evolve and maybe upset some current fans?
Ooh, I'm constantly evolving, so I'll have to go with that.
Would you rather be mysterious or understood?
That's really difficult because that's like two sides of my personality. So, um, I think definitely understood because I hate being misunderstood.
I like that. Okay, this is a personal question just from knowing you. How far do you actually want to go? Where do you want your music? Because a lot of artists, when I ask this, will give me a PR answer, but the sky is a limit. What for you would be like a big moment for you in your career? You think would be the tip of the iceberg?
I mean, I think, oh, this is difficult. I think the typical answer would be to say, oh, a Grammy or like getting a Brit. But I think for me, having a really loyal and cult-like following and fan base that loves me like Lana Del Rey fans love her. I think that would mean everything to me to have people connecting with me and my music that much that that they're so obsessed and they just really understand me. I think having that sort of community and family would mean everything to me. And just like honestly, like even like performing at Wigwam, having people dance to my music, it makes me feel amazing and so fulfilled. So even just people dancing, that would make me so happy. But yeah, obviously getting a Grammy, I think that would be the goal, or just being appreciated on that sort of level. And playing I don't know, Wembley or the O2. I think goals like that would be the dream.
I love the fact we're not afraid to put it out there because I visualize that. I can see it happening so clearly.
Yeah.
A massive stepping stone this week. We can't not ignore the elephant in the room. You've been on Radio 1. Did that feel like a shock, a surprise? Were you like, about time? How did you feel about that?
Honestly, more than anything, it was confirmation for me. Because I think as an artist, you have to be a little bit delusional and you have to have this unbelievable sense of belief in yourself. And it just was that confirmation for me that I'm doing the right things and I'm clearly following the right path, and this is definitely I'm doing the right things basically. And it just also not just for me, for my parents, who believe in me so much and support me so much, and for my fans and for everyone really to see that, like, yeah, I'm not delusional. I'm not making this up in my head. This is real, and this is a real this is a real thing for me. So yeah, more than anything, it was just confirmation that I'm doing the right thing.
I think that's so interesting to hear, like from a non-artist, because you do need to be a little bit crazy. And it's kind of like, well, if you can picture it and you can think it and you can see it, it
Yeah.
happens. And like that radio play, it matters when it matches momentum. And like for me, I
Yeah.
think of dark pop and I think of you. And I feel like that is your genre and you are going to be the face of that. And the branding and the quality of song, soul. I mean, where did that come from? How have you made the song that good?
So actually, it was the first session I had with my producer Kai, who I'm working with at the moment. And we did it in our first session last February, actually. And it was a really special moment. I think we clicked instantly, and he just kind of like found this beat and I wrote some lyrics over it, and I'd never worked like that before. Usually I bring songs to a session and then we kind of work from them, but this was completely new, completely organic, and it just clicked. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Like the lyrics just came to me so quickly. I think we did like a verse, pre-chorus, chorus in that session, and like ultimate, like literally found the sound of the song already. So it was, honestly, it was magic. That moment. That's all I can say really.
It's crazy to have that much, like just a natural moment that just comes in and produces something that good of that quality because it was absolutely sensational. I've got to talk about your mum for a second because I adore that woman and she's basically an honorary member of LMS at the moment. But every musician is that one person who believes in them before it's convenient. I think talent gets you noticed, but support keeps you sane, keeps your feet on the ground. So I want to talk a little bit about that. What was it like having someone like that in your corner from the start?
I mean, it's amazing because, you know, I don't think I mean, I don't know how other artists, like, the support they have and who they have, but obviously to have someone that constantly believes in you. And I get really shy when I talk about music sometimes. But she's out there, she's constantly singing my praises and always talking about me, and I think it helps. Honestly, it really does help me kind of move forward, and also have this belief in myself. I think because sometimes it is so easy as an artist to have those days where you don't believe in yourself, and you're not feeling something about your artistry, but to have someone that's constantly in your corner is a massive, massive support. So yeah, it does drive me on,
I
100%.
wanna deep dive into that. What was a young Gilska like at school? Like, what was some of your first ever memories of music?
Oh my gosh. Well, so my first week of year seven, I don't know whether I've told you this, but I decided, they were doing lunchtime shows in front of the whole school, and I decided in my first week that I was going to sing RESPCT. Like
Wow.
every
That was
session.
some song to pick as well as minutes ago.
I don't know why or where or how this confidence came over me. But I had this. unreal confidence at that age. And I did it, and it was amazing. Um, and I realized quite quickly that I loved singing and I loved music, and that was something that I really wanted to do. So I'm grateful that from a really early age I knew that I wanted to do that, because initially I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be wanted to be a ballerina. Um, and I was obsessed with that. And then it wasn't until secondary school where I was like, oh, actually, I'm quite good at this. So yeah, I think I knew from quite an early age. And then I got into songwriting, and it was just a way for me to express myself. And it was huge. I mean, it's free therapy, literally. And I just gravitated towards it, and I couldn't think of anything else that I wanted to do. So yeah, I guess I did know that I wanted to be a singer quite early on.
I feel very lucky that I'm the same as you. Kind of end of secondary school, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. And I see a lot of people that might be a little bit lost there in life, and it's okay not to have it all figured out. But
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have it early. So I have to agree with you there. Who are some of your heroes growing up? Who did we see posters on the wall, on your screensaver?
Oh, I have so many heroes, but I think Lana Del Rey was one of the biggest for me, 100%. But I also really liked the classics. Like I loved Audrey Hepburn. I loved Julie Andrews. Like I loved musical theatre actually when I was really small. Um, and Marilyn Monroe. I just felt like they had an aura about them, and I was like, oh, I want that, and I feel that, and I connected to it. Um, so yeah, I think that they were quite early on my heroes. Yeah.
If you were to meet Lana Del Rey in a lift and you have time for one question, what would you ask her?
Oh.
It's a big question.
Want to collab? I think 100%. Or I would say, ah, I. Oh yeah, I'd straight up just be like, "Do you want to collab?" Or, um, "Do you like my song?" And I just play it. Be such, I'd be such an annoying person, but I'd have to take the chance.
You've got to shoot your shot in those situations, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Her first album, it was iconic, and
Yes.
the similarities I see is she really created a world around that people
Mhm.
stepped into, and I see that with you and Dark Pop, and what that looks like and what it feels like to be a part of. Can you talk me through that process? Because, like you said, every artist I see evolves, and a lot of artists I start working with very much look like a local artist. They find their niche and then they build this brand. And I say to artists all the time, if I can dress as you for Halloween,
Mhm.
amazing brand. That's how I kind of describe it. And I look at the dark
Yeah.
that you've built. It would be difficult for me to dress like you as your highest persona, but I probably should push come to shove. So talk me through Dark Pop. What was the idea around it? Where did it all come from? Because I love it from a marketing point of view to build people into the music. And once they feel the music and they've heard soul, I know they're going to go listen to the rest of the music. So yeah, talk to me about the importance of it and where the idea came from.
So I started as a house kind of dance pop singer when I first started releasing music. And I felt like I had a lot more to say. And I've always gravitated towards a kind of like melancholic, darker sound in general. I think that was always the case. So when I kind of discovered artists like Nessa Barrett and Artemis, um, I was like, oh, this really, really speaks to me. This really resonates. And I think I had a couple of weeks where I just wrote on the piano, and I wrote every single day. And the songs that I was writing were very much in this sort of like dark pop realm. And it just happened naturally. And I realized, okay, it looks like I've my music and my songwriting is shifting to a kind of more meaningful tone and genre. And I was just like, right, well, I think this is dark pop, so I'm just gonna go for it. And then I tried bad way, and then obviously it felt so natural, and I could really, really express myself even more than I could before, and I loved it. So I just feel so natural, and it's such an organic evolution, which I could just completely jumped into. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
That's amazing advice for IS listening, though, isn't it? Because I've seen you from like the Santa Baby covers, kind of when you first started going into that bad way and how that's evolved. And like I said, from the original. So you can do a lot of range, but you've gone,
Yeah.
this is what I enjoy, this is where I'm at my best. I'm gonna stick to it. I think that's incredible for IS to hear. What's the weirdest place you've ever found inspiration for a song?
As in as in experiences, or as in like a place where I write?
You tell me, what is the weirdest place? I don't mind which way it comes.
So I get a lot of ideas in random places. Like I'll most common one is if I'm driving, which is highly inconvenient because then I really need to record something, so I have to stop my car. Most times I can't. So that's a really annoying place. Another place is the bathroom. I won't say toilet, but you get the gist. I think yeah, that's definitely a place. I think it's places where I'm not thinking about writing. It's actually where I get really good ideas. When I'm kind of on autopilot, it'll just come to me. Um yeah, so I think those are the weirdest places.
When you're putting on a performance and you're in that
Mhm.
moment,
Mhm.
I was watching you the other day and I was like, wow, the vocals, the venue was brilliant, the performance, it really did come alive. But one question I was asking myself at the Bedford was, what are you seeing in your head? Is it shapes, numbers? Is it muscle memory? You're just trying to remember lyrics? Are you very present, or are you thinking about when you wrote the song? Like, where is your headspace when you're performing?
Honestly, but in that performance, it was flow state. It was like, it was, I was in a different realm. I think I was so in it. I was actually really, really present. Um, but I can't even say I was thinking about lyrics. I was just thinking, I think in my head, I was thinking, okay, I want to blow everyone's socks off. How do I do that? And then I just kind of really, really felt the music and just, I don't know. I think yeah, I think it was, I don't know how to describe it. All I can say is flow state. I wasn't thinking. I think I was just doing. Um, yeah, I think that's the best thing I can describe. But I was also thinking, like, I really want people to dance. I really want people to enjoy this performance. How can they do that? So I'm really glad when people got up and started dancing. I mean, I was so happy. I was like, yes, final. Because I think I'm always that person that at parties or events, I always try and get people dancing. I just I love to see it. Because I think that's like one of the purest forms of joy. Um so yeah, I don't know. It was just, yeah, that was something else, definitely.
It was amazing for me. I've got a shout out Laliana from Nine Hill Music Academy, and she was dancing in the middle. She's getting all the students there, and she just comes up to me afterwards, and she went, "Bloody hell, that was special." And I was just like, I couldn't agree more. And I think that it was just so complete. I've seen performances from you before and been like, "Wow, that's impressive," but a complete performance like that, we talk about, the Grammys and all these big awards. That's where you expect to see it. So it really was a kind of like, not that I was surprised, but I was really taken back a little bit, but with it in a really beautiful way. What's a
Yeah.
musical idea you've always wanted to try but haven't attempted yet?
Ooh, me, as in like sounds or
However you want to take it.
ooh, that's a great idea. I think I really like hyperpop. I really like really, really heavy, gritty synths and sounds. And I would definitely be interested in exploring that further. And having just like a bigger sound in general. Like To Hollis, I really, really like his stuff.
Yeah.
Also maybe even working with a rapper at some point. Because I love rap music. I think it'll be really cool to hop on and do something with a rapper. So yeah.
I really like the idea of that, and I really like the idea of you having a dark pop take on songs. I think
Exactly.
from an artist's perspective, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because some artists go, "I'm only doing originals, that's that." Other people
Mhm.
are very happy to do covers with their own take on it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Is it something that your opinion's changed on, or you've always been very set?
Oh, definitely. I've my opinion has definitely changed on that because I think I was always like, oh, I want to just release originals, but after kind of what happened with BBC introducing and at Christmas time, they asked us to do a cover, and so I went to my producer Kai, and we were gonna do a bog standard version of Santa Baby, like that was gonna be it. But then obviously we both turned around and said, no, we have to mess this up. Like we have to change this. It was just too tame for both of us. And yeah, and then we kind of made Santa Baby to for what it is. And I really enjoyed that process. I loved it. That was something really freeing about changing a cover and kind of making it your own. So I'm definitely not opposed to covers at all.
And obviously, at Maida Vale for BBC Introducing, I mean, it's absolutely iconic venue to be able to go and do that. If I
Yeah.
were a fly on the wall during one of your recording sessions, what would surprise me most about how you and the band work?
Hmm.
I'm not letting you off easy tonight, am I? I'm really, I'm really.
Yeah, you're coming in with all the questions. I I think oh, I don't want to sound arrogant. That's the thing. It's difficult, but we're just so well prepared for
Yeah.
these events, and I think you just be surprised at how efficient we were. I mean, we were only supposed to record 2 songs, but we were so well prepared that they let us record 4. And we just got that through them so quickly. So I think you'd just be surprised at the efficiency and not wasting time. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's an arrogant thing. I think it's really nice for artists to hear this, to understand the amount of work and how hard you work to get to where you are. I just think it's really refreshing to see that and hear that. You're coming back to Recfest. You played on our
Mhm.
main stage in the old venue. We've moved and
Yeah.
upgraded this May 16th, which I'm very excited for. I'm excited for the people that go every single year to see your transformation because I think there will be a real shift in your set. Do you feel like that as well? Do you feel like you're coming into this new era a little bit differently?
100%. Yeah. I think, you know, last year it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. But I think obviously this year it's going to be different and it will be really exciting to kind of show people how far I've come and the set and just my band and in general. Because I don't know, it felt like there were pieces of the puzzle that were missing and now I know it's complete. It's just really exciting. I can't wait to perform. I'm really excited.
It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm very excited for it. Right, a little bit off music now. What's one
Mhm.
topic of conversation you could talk about for hours that you would just never get bored of?
You're not gonna like the first thing that came into my. Oh no, that's just not an educational answer at all. So I'm not gonna say that.
About was it? I was expecting like a little crime documentary or something. I don't know where you're going with it.
No. Actually, yeah, that's a great segue. I do love serial killers and crime. I can talk about that for hours on end. And psychology in general, yeah, I'm obsessed with.
Okay, so that would be a nice little bit to go off. Maybe we should do like a little Gilska segment on this, like
Yeah,
break it down and bring it into dark pop. I don't know.
yeah, I'd
Have
love
such
to.
a theme little music video. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
How do you what do you want to be remembered for? You know, we get to the end of your career, you've retired. What would you want people to look back and think? Yeah,
Oh, um, oh, that's a great question. Can it be several things or does it have to be one thing?
No.
Okay. Definitely I want a Live Aid moment. I want a moment I want a moment of a performance that everyone will go back to and say, wow, like that was one of the best performances I've ever seen. Just like I do with Freddie Mercury, and Live Aid. I definitely want that. I think definitely I want to be known for the most iconic looks. I think I love fashion and I'm definitely going to integrate that more and go even crazier, I think. So that would be great. But also I think I want to be remembered for writing some really kind of meaningful, deep, deep, deep songs. I have a lot to say, and it's going to come out over the next few years. No one's ready. Literally, no one is ready. And this will make a lot more sense in the future. People will come back to this episode and be like, oh, this makes so much sense for what she was talking about. I can't reveal anything now, but
This is a piece of the puzzle of this documentary we're going to make.
yes, yes, this will be in a documentary one day. It'll be, oh yeah, she was talking about this, but yeah, I will aim to touch a lot of people's hearts in the future, 100%. So I will be remembered for that. Yeah.
I love that. So let's say 10 years time, Gilska's massive. You just won your Grammy, you've won your Brit. Would you ever consider busking in disguise, going back to London maybe, and just kind of doing something a bit fun like that on the underground?
100%. Yes. I love that kind of thing. I love pranks. I love pranks. That's like a huge part of my personality. I just love annoying people. So
I think that'd be brilliant. Okay,
yeah.
I've got one to mix it up then. If every time you had a chart hit, you'd lose 1 inch of height, at what point would you stop?
Oh no. That,
How many years did you want?
that's terrible because I'm short as it is and I want to be taller. Um,
You want those
so
chart hits? You want those number ones?
well, okay, so I'm 5'4", so I guess I mean I want loads of hits. So I'd end up being, I don't know, 2 foot. Don't know.
That would be a record in itself, like smallest person with amount of hits. I think that would be the thing you'd be remembered for the most. Amazing. I love that. Okay. What's a skill you would like to learn?
Ooh. Um, that's a great question. What's a skill I'd like to learn? Um, as I've said, I'm really obsessed with dancing, and I love salsa. But I definitely think I can improve. Oh no, no, actually, I do have a new one. I really want to do more dancing in heels. So like heels classes.
Yeah.
So I think getting more flexible and being amazing in that sense would be really cool, and maybe even pole dancing. That would be great.
Incredible. Okay. And my last bit to finish up on, we're going to end with kind of what's coming up for you. But before we do, I want to go through the latest music news. We've had the Grammys. It was on Sunday. It was absolutely phenomenal. Talk to me about some of your highlights from what you've seen of the show and the clips and bits and bobs. Is there any artists you really had your eye on? Anything you're really impressed with?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was really cool to see Olivia Dean. I thought Lola Young's performance was really, really memorable. I think it was really emotional. Um, I loved the outfits. Addison Rae also. You know what? I think she's really cool. I think she had an amazing album last year that was brought out. Um, I really, really like her sound, and I think her dancing is phenomenal. So I really liked her performance as well, actually.
Yeah, I love Samba. I think he's just absolutely really not really my kind of music normally.
Mhm.
Really, really bought into him, and the songs he's
Yes.
producing it has been phenomenal. And obviously, the main topic of the music news was about immigration and using
Mhm.
a platform to speak out about ICE. And it was lovely just seeing the music community take a stance because these superstars
Yeah.
talk about it. It forces change to happen and people to talk out, which I thought was just absolutely phenomenal. One thing I want to touch on that you mentioned there with Olivia Dean and Lola Young, I get a lot of young people when I do the university talks or host panels say, "Oh, you talk about these overnight successes," and they mention those two names, and they weren't. I think Melody's
No.
been doing this for 12 years. I think she had like adverts out when she was like 12. I
Yes.
see pictures of Olivia Dean playing on tiny stages to about four people where she is now. And I don't think enough people realize. I think Charlie XCX, one of the biggest artists in the world right now, her first
Oh,
hit, I think, was very later on in her career. It's like
yeah.
people label them as a newcomer and they're not. Is that something you
Yeah.
noticed as well?
100%. I actually, so the Radio 1 host that played my song, she did a post of Olivia Dean. And Olivia Dean did a live lounge, an introducing live lounge in 2019. Yeah. And it's only now that she's got this kind of fame and acclaim. And I found that so interesting. That's so many years since her first live lounge. So, these overnight success stories, like I knew it wasn't true. Charlie XCX, I have loved her for years. Before Brat, before The Moment, before anyone else knew her. I was obsessed with her. I knew like one of her earliest songs, You Ha Ha Ha. Like I loved her earlier stuff. And I knew that she was something special from very, very early on. So yeah, I think people need to realize that these artists have been grinding for 10 plus years and also it gives me so much hope as well. It gives I think it should give artists hope in general because
Sometimes so one win away, one
yeah,
conversation, one performance, and I think that
yes.
that should inspire a lot of people. There's a lot of negativity, and I understand that completely. But actually, with a bit of a different mindset, you look at these names. I love Charlie X because she creates moments. She
Yeah.
knows that music and marketing is about moments, and people buy into that, and I love it so much.
Yeah.
I want to come back to you on a little bit of this.
Mhm.
We've got the music career, we've got fascination with crime, we've got the dark pop. If you can know the absolute and total truth to one question, Gilska, what would you ask?
A question I would ask to, sorry, I did not, I didn't get the
Right,
question.
you can know the total truth to one thing. Could be
I
anything,
just,
anything that,
oh,
and you will get the truth. What would you be asking?
does the devil exist?
Oh, that's a big one. If you go, because if that goes either way, then you could spiral off and you wouldn't know the answer past that.
Yeah.
Who knows where that would go? Okay, amazing. Right, we've got to wrap things up. It's been absolutely amazing having you on Let's Start Band podcast, and what a performance you put on. Was exciting coming up. A little birdie tells me there is something exciting in the works. Can we mention it? Can we not? Talk to me.
Well, yes, I have been alluding to something coming up very, very soon. End of February. Everyone on my Instagram at Gilska Music should keep an eye out because something very exciting is coming. I'm not going to say any more than that because I want to remain mysterious. So I'm going to keep it at that. But I do have a gig next week. It's on the 10th of February at the Boiler Room in Guildford. So if anyone is around in Surrey, please come down and see me because I love to meet new people. So yeah.
No, I massively echo it. One, the Boiler Room is an incredible venue. Two, for all the hardcore fans that listen to us week in, week out, go and check it out. Become one of the monthly listeners. Go see the Spotify, go to the Instagram. But believe me, if you get to see a performance and come speak to you afterwards, like you'll be hooked for life. Unbelievable. Jessica, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you all at home for watching and listening. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.